Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Moviecast episode 716. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gass, joined by Mike Sneedy,
What's up?
Corey Feinsod,
Yo, yo.
and Tony Korkanakis.
Hello, hello.
Welcome, guys. Welcome, listeners and viewers. We're live right now on Twitch, Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock. Please join us and chat with you guys, ask some questions. We'd love to hear from you. If you don't have time on Tuesday nights, that's okay. We're over on YouTube. All the content's over there. Subscribe there as well if you're watching this. We appreciate it, guys. Leave us a comment and a thumbs up. All right, guys. Hey, 716 of this movie cast. We are getting through the year, folks. It is it's been
Crazy.
it's been a weekend. I'm interested. Tony, lead us off. What have you been watching? Did you get to see?
I didn't get to see it. No.
Okay.
No, by next
I love
week,
the
I'll
mystery
definitely-
ask.
Yeah.
See, we do. For those wondering, it's clear mystery here. We're like, I didn't know. I was hoping to be surprised.
Same here.
Um,
I did not get to go with my boys this weekend either.
Next week.
That's
though.
shocking too, because your boys love the Transformers, or they used to. I don't know if they're into something new.
No, that's still definitely
Yeah.
just didn't work.
No, I
out.
want to see it. Unfortunately, not a lot of people went and saw it. That's not a good thing, but I know they expect this to have good legs and at home money worth.
I mean,
as well.
it was a budget. I mean, I think it was 75 million, which is pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it opened to what did it open to? 25. So I'm not trying to get in the box office.
If
but
you have
it's
the box office open, you should be able to answer it. I
20,
believe it was
25, 24.6.
Mhm.
So 24.6. Beetlejuice did beat it out at 26 million. So, but
Beetlejuice.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
part of
Beetlejuice
it just had to
is
do with Paramount marketing. They don't just kind of like Dungeons and Dragons film last year. They didn't know how to market that.
It reminds me of that greatly, like massively, because even the marketing that they've done, even like they did with Dungeons and Dragons, it wasn't good. They just didn't have a good cut of a trailer. They didn't seem like they pushed the right ideas of the story.
No. That first trailer kind of set the tone where it was supposed to be like very comedic and very kid-like, which okay, I'm not going to say it's not a kid movie, right? It's Transformers. It's designed to sell toys.
Yeah.
But from all the reviews, from all the got an A on Cinema Score and stuff like that. He was like, yeah, it's a more serious movie than the first trailer would have you to believe and stuff like that. But first impressions are almost everything, right? So if you saw that, you're just like, whatever. Looks like another just
Silly kids.
comedic,
film.
silly animated, whatever. I'll catch it on Paramount Plus or whatever, Netflix, whatever.
No. Hopefully it does well at home, like I said.
It also didn't open up in all markets internationally. So I think internationally it still did about 45 or so.
Okay.
So, it's definitely muted.
Yeah, with a
but
75 million budget, it's not that bad, but
yeah, it needs to make 150, to break even. We'll see. But, it's designed to sell toys, and that's ultimately the end thing for Hasbro, at least. I'm sure Paramount would like to go higher than that, because I don't know. Unless they have part of the toy sales to, cover that. But I don't know what the deals are like there.
All right. So you've been watching anything else this week, Tony, or no?
So recently, I said I went through the Justice League animated cartoon, that and Unlimited. So then I was like, you know what? I haven't gone through Batman Beyond since that was like on air. So I've been going through that. Finished up the first season. Yeah, and I was like, you know what? This holds up really well. But also, I was surprised at how kind of in line with what we were talking about Transformers. I forgot how kind of edgy this was, because characters just die fairly often in at least the first season. I think they tried to tone it down a little bit after that or something like that, but just people just straight up get murdered. There's a lot of body horror, so much body horror. People are transforming to different objects or animals or whatever. I'm like, what is this, secretly the writer's disguised fetish or something? I don't understand it, right? There's one episode where it's they kind of splicing, where it's oh, you could splice yourself with an animal and you get cheetah eyes or whatever. I'm like, all right. And they're talking oh, well, you can reverse it. I'm like, how do you do that? That's whatever.
Yeah.
But it's pretty good. I do like the angle of the old Bruce Wayne and the new young protege kind of thing, because they have an interesting one. It's more unique than, or not more, but it is unique compared to any of the other Robins or Batgirl or anything like that. and it holds up within continuity as well. They obviously do a lot of references and stuff like that. And then separately, because it takes place in the future, I was really interested in seeing how Gotham, in whatever year it takes place, does have a lot of like cyberpunk edge to it. Like not cyberpunk 2077 specifically, but just the genre cyberpunk, because they have like the cars, the futuristic buildings. Corpos are pretty bad. Like every corpo is pretty much fucking bad in this. Just neon lighting and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, you know what? I didn't appreciate that one because I didn't realize that's what it was, right? But now that I'm older, I'd be like, oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. So, been enjoying that.
Cool.
Yeah. No, that's
Yeah,
cool. Definitely holds up, and it's a shame we didn't get that Batman movie that they teased as.
And that's
that's
what it gets me back to, because I'm just like, man, like, because here I am, like, afterwards I'm like on the wiki just looking up some stuff. I'm just like, well, I didn't know some of these details, and I'm just like, and I know in the comics they try to bring it back a couple times and whatnot, but I'm like, what would make Terry McGinnis like a mainstay? Fucking video game, an awesome ass video game, but alas, can't have it. Or movie, Spider-Verse, stuff like that. Can't have either of those.
Nope. All right, Corey.
Not too much, honestly. Just a lot of sports, to be fair.
Yeah, it's been a busy season for that.
Yeah.
Mike?
I caught one more episode of the Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This was my fourth one. It's Donatello one. It's all right.
Doesn't seem like it's pulling you in there, Mike.
I watched one more episode.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna keep going with it, but it's just Paramount Plus. It's just the commercials are so exhausting. I don't want to watch more than one at a time, and I'm not ever really looking forward to it.
How do they do it on Paramount Plus? Is it like because Amazon just plays at the very beginning, and you don't have to worry about it?
Like how TV used to be, I guess.
It's like mid-episodes.
It's mid-episode and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awful.
Oh, that's horrible. Just make you watch 3 minutes in the beginning. That's like.
Yeah, I mean that's what I like. I hate Amazon for doing it, but like I just put it on and I walk away, either refill my drink or go to the bathroom and come back and just rewind a little bit.
No, I much prefer to have that.
Yeah. So it's all right. I think there's about 10 episodes. I'll probably get through it at some point.
Yeah. I checked out the first episode of Agatha All Along. I didn't watch both episodes yet, just the first one. It's so far okay. It's good. It picks up like WandaVision essentially, so that's nothing bad.
Okay, so it does pick up right after that.
Pretty much.
Because like some of the screens I saw, I was like, oh, is this an origin story? But like I guess it.
No.
Okay.
No, it's post.
Her whole thing is
post
getting her powers back, right? After
what's that?
Them taken away. That's what I thought this show was about.
Yeah, it's about her being powerless essentially, but it's a cool little mystery in the beginning, and it's definitely a good time of the year for it. It's got that Halloween vibe to it, and little scares and stuff like that with witches. It's good. I enjoyed that. There's a lot of questions. The first episode, I understand why you released both, because I didn't watch both yet, but I'm like, the first one felt like it was too short, but it was like 40 some odd minutes, and I'm like, well, okay, I'm looking for more.
I feel like it's how all the Marvel shows have been, though. Like they, at least that I can remember, you always get 2, right? Yeah,
you do. And then the problem is like this one needs that. I haven't watched the second episode yet, and it's like I definitely want more to get the story kicked off. It's like
text.
It's almost like they know they're going to release 2 in the beginning. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, I feel that's what they're going for, because like even like the previews, it's usually the first 2 episodes or whatever. I think they try to do it to get that like, I don't know, movie-like vibe or something, or like can't end 50 minutes on a cliffhanger, right? But like 2 episodes.
Yeah, I kind of want to check it out. I like Audrey Plaza. I think she's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I also checked out Penguin, the Penguin on Max. Excellent, guys. Excellent. I really enjoyed this episode a lot. I thought it was fantastic. I understand what they're doing. Like, what's that?
Colin Farrell's great. So Colin Farrell's
great. It is just basically The Sopranos, but in the Batman universe. It is awesome. Great idea. Like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that idea. It's kind of like expected, but they did it, and it works. It works great. It works fantastic. And
is Gordon in this?
Huh?
Gordon in it?
No, not yet. It's just the Penguin with Salvatore Maroni's in it. They make some references to Batman, but he's not obviously in the show. They do pick up right after the movie, which is great.
Okay.
and this is apparently supposed to guide us into the next movie. But I really enjoyed the first episode of like getting more down in depth with the Penguin character. There's some really awesome moments for him for his past mixed with like what he's doing right now and stuff. It's really cool.
Really? You
I
care
actually
about him
very much enjoyed it. Huh?
as a character?
Yeah, it was great what they pulled off. Like I didn't know there was this much story for him. Like they're just giving you it, and I like it. I like what they're doing. Like,
No, that's I would just on paper it's like, oh, we're making a show about the Penguin. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about the Penguin. Like I've never cared about the Penguin. Like he's always just kind of whatever.
But like this could be that show that like you're like, hey, like I like this character like this way. You know what I mean? Like it might be the show.
To what?
So
Get
we'll
me
see
to
how it
watch
continues.
Batman or
Not Gotham.
No, you don't have to watch anything related to Batman right now. Actually, you don't need to even watch the movie. Like this picks up afterwards, but it's not. You don't. It's not integral to the plot. You know what I'm saying? So
sure, I get. My whole point is just like, out of all the things they could have done, like why this? It felt like it's because they had Colin for this, and
again,
they're like, oh, we could do a series for you, bro. It's like, all right, sure.
HBO is known for The Sopranos, and they've done it again. They basically brought The Sopranos.
Okay, sure. If that's like, hey, we want to do Batman Sopranos. Okay, cool. Like it's like that has no zero interest to me, personally. Yeah. That's all. But I'm just saying, like, out of all the Batman roster that you could possibly do, is like,
well, because like they're fitting in that universe, and they, like you said, they already had the actor, and they're just building on it what they had from last time. So I feel like that makes sense and kind of ties into, I guess, the future. And I'd be curious to see what this is all about. I don't know how, like, if I would want a Sopranos Batman show, but good for them.
I mean, it just to me feels like exactly like Mike said, like about like whatever Gotham was. This is like anytime it's like, oh, we want to do stuff in Gotham without Batman. I'm like, that's boring as fuck. I don't care.
There's like a part, to be vague with it, that like I'm kind of like, Batman would probably jump in on at this point. Like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like this wouldn't be happening in the city without.
And that's the other issue. Is like, how do you do these types of things where you can't?
He's on vacation.
Use that character.
He's on vacation.
Yeah.
He's on vacation. He's helping the Avengers. Oh wait, wrong.
I don't know, but
Off-world.
It was
How it always is though with these things. Like, why are the people that like should be here? Why are they not here? Yeah. But yeah, no, I'll probably check it out.
It's good.
I mean, if you're enjoying it, it's great. It's just for me personally, when I'm like, I just don't know.
Yeah.
Listen, I did give Gotham a try back in the day, and I pretty much hated it after one season. So I'm kind of done with the whole Batman without Batman stuff. So not interested.
Yeah. It's excellent though. I gotta say, like I really enjoyed that episode a lot. So, all right. Let's move on and talk about a little bit of movie news and TV show news. Well, mostly TV shows here. So we'll stay in the DC universe. It looks like Kyle Chandler is confirmed, not just in negotiations. He's basically, there's deadline revealed and Hollywood Reporter saying that he is starring as in Lanterns as Hal Jordan's Lantern.
So they're going older. This guy was the coach in Friday Night Lights. Yeah, the TV show.
Yeah, this is Friday Night Lights guy. Yeah,
he's got to be around what 50 now or something. This guy.
I would higher 50s. I would assume. I don't like my thing. He's 59. He's 59.
Ugh.
Okay.
My assumption to this is that in this series he will die. That's my assumption.
I mean, that's my assumption too. But like.
Or everything's just going to be kind of one-off or just not relevant going forward.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, but I just feel that's encompassing all of DC. At least for me personally, it's just like I can't get mustered to care about anything. Like we're in that. Hey, we're rebooting again. It's like, all right, sweet, but like only sort of because Peacemaker
will be replaced.
Huh?
Yeah.
Right away.
Be replaced.
Maybe, but like the thing is like, oh, we're coming up with Green Lantern show, right? It's a show.
The Lanterns, yeah, it's supposed to lead for something in the new DCU.
Right, and
so
that's
John Stewart's going to show up and be the one who sticks, probably. That's
probably,
my guess.
Yeah. But it's just I can't care about that. Like it's like, okay, so you're using this, which isn't going to be out for what, another year or two probably, and then it will eventually matter for possibly a movie. Like we're talking what, 5 years? I can't get interested in that. Like I'm sorry, I just can't.
Well, hopefully this can stand on its own. That's the whole thing, right? Like
that's
that's
what you
what
hope for,
you would
yeah.
want, is this to be able to stand on its own, where it's not
It's gonna
like
be
it
the
doesn't matter if
Sopranos
something leads
of
into
the
something
Lantern.
else.
Sure,
Like
yeah.
if this can
The
do like
Sopranos of the Lantern.
Peacemaker like popularity, I think they'd be ecstatic. I just don't
Maybe it'll
see
be
how they do that or pull that off with this
maybe it'll be
set of
the
characters.
NYPD Blue of the Lantern. That's what they want.
I don't know.
Oh, that would be
Maybe.
like, oh, that would be awful. Like, oh, we're gonna do Sopranos in with Batman and Penguin, and then we'll do, you know, some like the Law and Order dramas with the Lanterns.
Yeah.
We're just gonna
NYPD
make our
Green
own like
Lanterns.
DC versions of these other shows.
I don't know.
I mean, I
SVU.
guess he's filming Peacemaker right now, season 2.
Mhm.
So that's happening, and
But yeah, I'm
I
just
mean,
saying, if they can
looks
get
like he's
that,
surrounding. Yeah, he's going to surround it with shows, but I mean, I don't know where they're moving movie-wise towards things. You know what I mean? That's the problem.
Mhm.
Who knows how they
Supergirl-
even manage that with a sort of
Like, what do we know about what
from the
movies
old
are on
universe?
the
Well,
horizon?
I was going to say Supergirl has cast its main villain. Matthias Schoenaerts has been cast as the villain.
Do they
Who that
say
is.
what
We don't have
villain?
a character name. Just
We
an
do
actor.
not have a character name.
Is there a movie? They're doing a Supergirl
no.
movie?
I don't know if he's gonna do. Yeah, there's a Supergirl movie. Yeah, that they're working on.
So we're going from Superman to Supergirl.
Yeah,
Still
that's
no
what-
Batman
I mean,
in sight.
That's all we've got so far.
No Wonder Woman.
Craig Gillespie is directing that film.
Mhm.
Who knows? Oh, they're coming out on June 26, 2026. Woman of Tomorrow. So
Is she gonna
Well-
appear in this movie that we're getting a Superman?
I think so. I think that's what I think so.
They need to bite the bullet and just, even though I understand the tonal problems, but they really just got to make Pattinson their Batman, and that's it.
Yeah. That'd probably be the for the
Put it
best.
all together. Like, what the heck?
Like, I just don't see how you do that, right? Where it's like, God, again, even if they started filming tomorrow, like they cast everything and started filming tomorrow, we wouldn't have that a Batman, like a DCU or whatever they're fucking using as
A Batman for a while.
3 years
This is
at
why,
least.
again,
Yeah.
this is why I was
4 years,
not
yeah.
all about just throwing out the old universe. Just
That has nothing to
you
do
had
with it.
a
There's nothing to
starting
do with
point.
it. That was trash.
It's
It was
true, though. You
trash.
could have still gotten stuff.
When stuff is
Now we have to
rotting, you
wait
throw it
till-
out, Mike.
Cut off the head.
Nothing was rotting. You had stuff. You had stuff you could do.
I think you're
It's
alone
really
in that
good.
opinion on this
Yeah.
podcast.
Something is always better than nothing, I think. And now we just have nothing.
That's what Mighty
Well,
Number
that
9 was. Something's better than nothing.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Mm.
there's some people who enjoyed that.
Maybe.
Yeah. So all right.
Yeah. What do you got, Jim?
We got, let's see, X-Men 97.
This is
Maybe some
Uh,
good news here, right?
X-Men 97 will return, but in 2026. Season 2.
Oh,
that's pretty terrible.
that's so far away.
we thought this might even come this year at one point. So
What?
Yeah, I thought
2024?
early 2025. I thought it was gonna be a quick
the
turnaround.
they were talking like the second season was done. They were working on the third season pretty much.
Yeah.
We thought there was some rumors that maybe it would be the end of this year even, and now we're waiting.
You guys are optimistic. I never thought that.
I thought it was
But when they
2025,
said
'cause
they
it
were
was-
working on the third season,
Working on can mean anything though. They could like writing is usually what they're talking about.
I mean-
working that far in advance.
I definitely wasn't expecting this year, but I thought
Yeah, I thought
probably
next year for
same
sure.
time next year.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought maybe
Yeah.
same time next year would have been nice, but yeah, this is the problem with streaming, man. 2 years between seasons of stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
It's annoying.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, you know, it really sucks because, you know, I think I mentioned it when I brought it up a couple weeks ago, right? Like, because you can't just work with. God, there's ranges here of bad, right? Because on one hand, some of these teams can't even like really plan. Like, hey, do we even get a second season, right? Like, do we need to have a satisfactory ending just in case we don't, right? Or it's like, oh well, you know, we'll put a couple threads here and we'll address it if we do get a sequel, right, or a second season or whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
But even then, it's like, oh well, okay, now we have to wait, right, because the streaming service has to see how it performs, right? Unless it's a smash fire hit like Fallout or something like that, where it's like, hey, renew that right away, renew it. We need to get it moving right away, right? Otherwise, it's like, well, we're gonna monitor it a little bit and you know, see how it does, and then we'll adjust the budgets and this, that, and the other thing. and then you got to wait for these people to be available again because all these people, the actors, animators, voices, makeup, whatever, all these people need to like plan that stuff out. It's not just like because it's not like a full-time job for them, right? They have to go from gig to gig to gig. Some scheduling is a nightmare. It's just it's really bad. And I think actually that is something I read about how Netflix. I didn't put it in the news, but I should have. They're trying to switch to a model that can give, I guess, like actors, directors, etc., more profit sharing if something does perform well on the back end versus an upfront bonus, right? Because that's kind of how they've been operating now, where it's like we just give you a bunch of money up front and then you make us a series, and if it's good, we'll renew it. Whereas now they're like, hey, we'll give you a modest budget, and if it does well, then you get increased profits and profit sharing afterwards, which maybe that's part of the solution. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's tricky.
I don't know.
It's tricky.
I will see.
But the thing is, like, I can rant all day about this, but like, just to go along with that, like, there are no animated cartoons like on, at least to my knowledge, on TV right now, right? Other than like
Not
Family
like the
Guy,
Saturday morning cartoons.
you're right.
Nothing
There's
like
nothing.
that.
Yeah, like I was talking about Batman Beyond, and just like there is none of that, right?
Right,
To
no
my knowledge.
after school 4 o'clock
Yeah.
block, whatever they used to do.
Right. So like it is streaming. It's streaming or die, and that sucks, man. That sucks.
Mhm. You know, it's
Yeah, that
just
is where the
unfortunate though, because I
contrast
did I did think that the animation had already kind of been on the fast track here to get going. Because like we talked about this before, you lose that
Yeah, they
momentum.
were-
Like
and I
you're
thought they were.
The hype. You lose the hype. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought they were, first 2 seasons were sort of greenlit at the same time, I thought, or something along those lines, they said. So, whatever. I guess
I
we'll
mean,
wait.
we know Bo had a lot of influence in the second season.
Yeah,
right?
it's, to the point
I-
where...
I mean, I like you guys said, later next year even. I'm just really shocked it's 2026. I really am.
Mm-hmm.
So, because they were working on it before release of the first season, and I know working on it. We don't know what that means exactly, but that's it was supposed to be have written pretty far along already. So, I'm pretty shocked that that's how long we can do it. But hey, if it's done right, I guess it's worth the wait, right? That's what it is. So,
Mm-hmm.
that's the way to spin it. If it's not rushed, it's done properly. That's
Yeah.
more important.
Yeah.
It's just sad.
But again,
So
yeah, but again,
I'm
we're getting
not
how
as
many
worried
episodes
about that, but yeah.
How many episodes are we getting? 10, and they're waiting 3 years, and then wait another 3 years for 10.
God, it's miserable, man.
Yeah. It's not a good formula. So.
Nope.
Oh.
You know what doesn't do that to you? Anime.
Yeah.
Most
Yeah.
times.
Well, they'll
Most
just
of
give
the
you crappy.
It's always an exception, but yes,
Most
for the
of the
most
time.
part.
Well, I mean, TV used to not do this back when streaming wasn't the standard, but you would have your 22 episodes with filler episodes where mid-season breaks and all that stuff. But
Mhm.
at
You
least
also
you
don't get it all dumped at once, where you can finish it in
No.
a weekend.
right. Which we didn't even get for X-Men last time. It was weekly.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain things that
Most
require
Disney's-
more episodes. I feel like
I was gonna
if
say,
a show's
most
an
Disney
hour
does
long,
that.
yeah, if a show's an hour long, 10 episodes is fine. If a show's a half an hour long, it should be near more 20. But that's just me. That's my.
Depends on
No,
the
I agree.
story they're
And
telling.
That my biggest criticism, and I love 97, but my biggest criticism is like some of these plot like storylines, like one episode, it's like you're doing this entire storyline in 20 minutes. That is bold.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Some of them were okay because it's like, this is kind of an icky one. Like, yeah, it's like, okay.
Mhm.
But all right, I think that's it for the movie cast. Stay tuned. We have a lot on the game cast coming up, so stay tuned for that. Once again, we're live on Twitch Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock, so please join us for these broadcasts. If you don't catch them live, though, we're over on YouTube. So once again, game cast coming up. We'll see you in a second.